Here we have for sale our two-owner from new 2016 on a 66 plate Volkswagen Transporter. This is a T6, which is the shape. This is a T28, which means it's got a 2.8 ton gross vehicle weight with a 2-litre TDI diesel engine with 102 brake horsepower. That's got a 5-speed manual gearbox, and this is the short wheelbase, low roof Highline panel van. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a Highline panel van of this age, and of course the spec on this particular vehicle. Also, we'll have a look at the condition and service history as well, seeing as this vehicle is currently available for sale at the time of recording. So starting here at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one has got rear barn doors. What I mean by that are two doors which open in that sort of fashion. On a Highline, you get a number of elements which are color coded. That includes the bumpers, the mirrors, door handles, and bits of trim as well, like that one just there above the rear number plate. Also, you get rear parking sensors as standard, and they come integrated nicely into the rear bumper, as you can see here. In terms of condition, overall, you'll see as we walk around this van, the condition is absolutely fantastic on this van for a works vehicle. But there are a couple of small little touch-ins which I do like to, of course, point out where I can. If there's anything, any dings or dents, I always like to be as transparent as I possibly can when I'm doing these walk-around videos. So having a look here at the rear bumper, there are a couple of very minor marks to the rear bumper. Nothing unsightly, but as I say, a couple of small little touch-ins here or there. The rest of the rear doors looking very clean and straight. And then if we open the rear barn doors, we can start to have a look at the load area in the back of here. When you open up the rear doors, you can see that we have got lovely ply lining in the back of here. This is brand new ply lining. We do this on a huge percentage of our vans. You'll see that when if you have a look at some of our other videos of vans that we advertise. So you'll see the ply lining is there, of course, to protect the van. So if you have got cargo in the back of here, if you go around a corner, it goes against the side, it's not going to cause an outward dent into the metalwork of the van, which is, of course, what you don't want. And having a good look here, again, it gives you a really good idea of the condition. That's, of course, why we do these videos, is to give you as much information as we possibly can without even having to come and view them for yourself, make that investment of time and effort. Of course, you're more than welcome to come down and view them as well. And you can see here the ply lining is done very nicely. They silicone it all in around the edges. Nice aluminium strip on the edges as well. And of course we've got the factory fitted bulkhead in there, which of course can be removed as well. One thing which has been changed on this particular van, its previous owner has added these different LED load lights in here. Now, as standard, the Transporter will come with these sort of click, kind of quite old-fashioned lights in the back of here. These are much more modern, much brighter lights, which actually have an individual switch on both lights as well. If we shut the rear barn doors, then we can continue to go around the rest of the van. Looking here then down the passenger side now, and having a good look down there, using those reflections where available, you can just see how clean and tidy this particular example is. A Highline, a T28, will as standard come with these 16-inch, what these are called the Calvin alloy wheels, from the factory from VW. Again, as I mentioned, you get color-coded door handles. If we open up the side loading door then, again, this gives us a chance to look inside here. So having a look at the step, we've got the aluminium strip on the edge, looking at the factory fitted bulkhead there. Again, a couple of little marks, but overall that is looking very, very clean and tidy. Plenty of tie down points in the back of here, as well as you'll see on the edges for tying down any cargo that you need. If we shut the side loading door, open up the passenger door, this is where you'll find the fuel filler cap. So it is in the pillar just there, and of course you've got the AdBlue tank there as well, meaning that this vehicle is Euro 6. So you can take this vehicle into the ultra low emission zone areas such as central London, or maybe even Manchester, where you've got the clean air zone, without having to pay the relevant low emissions zone charge. One thing which has been added to this particular example is the Caravelle extra rubber seal on the front doors. You can see that's going all the way around. You've got the same on the driver's door as well, and that just gives the van actually a much more solid feeling when you shut the doors. It will decrease some road noise and some wind noise as well, so actually quite a nice little feature that has been added here. And then this just gives you, again, a chance to have a look at the step, the floor, passenger seats, all in really, really good order. And one of the things which really stands out on this particular example is how this van has been maintained. So it's 2 owners from new, but we do have a fantastic service history. So we have got, as you can see here, proof of service 9 in total services which have been carried out in the service book. And we do have a raft of different bills here from all work which has been done. And I would like to just point your attention to this particular service here, which was in August of 2020 at 60,500 miles, and we've got the toothed belt ticked yes, and we've got the accompanying bill with that as well to show that that was done. So crucially, timing belt and water pump has already been changed on this particular van, and nice to see that that was done on the 4-year interval is when they're actually meant to be changed, but so few people do. Something that we always insist on with our vans, especially VWs. It's nice to see that that timing belt and water pump has been changed. So 9 services in the service book. It's already been through our workshop where it's had a multi-point health check. It was only serviced in September of 2021, which is the most recent service in the service book, but lovely to see that. Moving then around the front of the vehicle here, as I mentioned, colour-coded front bumper. You also get front fog lights on a Highline as well, and as I mentioned, those colour-coded wing mirror caps just there. Looking at the bonnet, a couple of minor stone chips, but I must be honest, of a van of this age, quite impressive. There's very little to show you there in terms of adverse condition. And then looking down the driver's side here, again, looking very clean and straight, if I'm honest. There's a small little mark just here on the edge of, I don't know if you can see that just there, small little mark on the edge of the wing mirror. And there are a couple of minor scuff marks to the alloy wheels as well. Of course, that's the lovely thing with a Volkswagen Transporter, is that everything is interchangeable. You can change wheels, and so many people do that, add body styling. I mean, if you look at some of the other Transporters that we've advertised recently, there's some good examples of that, certainly. If we open up the driver's door, then we can start to have a look at the spec and condition in here. And this is again where you can see that extra rubber seal around the edge of the door. Looking in here, the step is all in really good order. If I move the Autoglim sheet out of the way, you can see there is some wear to the floor there, but not excessive. That's not broken through the floor or anything like that. Purely just heel marks of brake or clutch. I must say, certainly nothing excessive there. On top of the driver's door, on a Highline, you'll get electric windows, electric heated mirrors. You can see here that we do have auto-activated lights. There is a small little crack just here in the bezel of that light surround. I'm sure something that could easily be replaced. You can see that we've got 2 full remote keys with the vehicle and also a non-remote spare as well. So very nice to see that someone has gone to the expense of that. Height adjustability on the driver's seat, and again, looking at the driver's seat, all in really good order. 2 adjustable armrests as well, which can be adjusted using the dial underneath there. A fantastic feature on the Transporter indeed. On a Highline as well, you also get the leather multifunctioning steering wheel, and again, some very light wear to the edge of the steering wheel, but anyone familiar with these steering wheels will know that this is very light indeed. Sometimes they are far worse than that, and as I say, certainly for the age and mileage of this van, not out the way at all. On the left hand side, we have cruise control on the left hand side, and you can also control the volume of the radio. And then on the right hand side, this is where you can control the onboard computer, and you can also answer and hang up the phone. Looking into the middle here and having a look at the dashboard, you can see the mileage there, 78,410 miles. As I mentioned, 5-speed manual gearbox. You just come in a leather trim. Again, wear to that gear stick, which is all consistent again with the mileage and of course the steering wheel. Air conditioning comes as standard on a Highline. We've got a heated windscreen. That's the actual element in the screen. Of course, you can turn the start-stop off if you want to. You've got a USB port here, an SD card slot, an AUX port, and of course you've got DAB radio on there as well. The 12-volt socket up on top of the dashboard, and if I just quickly jump in and put the vehicle into reverse, you can see that we've got the parking sensor display there on the screen as well. So really nicely spec'd in the cab of a Highline Transporter. You've actually got storage underneath the passenger seat as well. If I just quickly show you that, if you move the service book out of the way, the seat flips forwards like that, and then you've got fantastic storage under there, and you can see that's where you've got the toolkit under there also. So just to summarise, this is a two owner from new 2016 on a 66 plate Volkswagen Transporter T6. It's a T28 with a 2 litre TDI Euro 6 engine, crucially. Highline short wheelbase panel van. Brand new ply lining in the back, all the usual Highline specs such as air conditioning, auto activated lights, auto activated wipers, cruise control, DAB radio, etc, etc, etc. Fantastic service history with 9 services listed in the service book, and of course many accompanying bills as well to verify mileages and dates of when those were done. And crucially, the time belt and water pump has already been changed on this van. If you'd like to inquire, please feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign. We can arrange finance on all of our vehicles, including this one, starting as low as 7.9% APR. So by all means, get in contact. We can send you over a quote via email, something that you can look at even on your phone if you want to. And you can actually use that link as well to play around with figures, adjust deposit sizes, adjust terms to find a monthly payment which suits you. We can also take cars or vans in part exchange as well. So again, give us a call with anything that you may have there. Get in contact with us via our website, or as I say, the telephone number is there, bridgeendvans.co.uk. We'll be more than happy to give you a fair price on your part exchange. And like we do with a lot of our vans, we can deliver our vans nationwide as well. Thank you very much for watching.